Hello class, hope you're doing well today. I would like to go over the material for module number 8 with you. If you would, go and click onto course documents, and then in course documents go down to module number 8, and in module number 8 you click on that, excuse me, and let's take a look at group work in the elementary science classroom. Group work can be a really positive thing because students can build off the energy of each other, they can learn from each other, they can ask questions of each other. As you probably already know, there are some groups that just don't work, and there are challenges within group work. And so what this lesson is trying to do is trying to explore that dynamic and to explore when can we use group work. Is there effective times to use group work? And is there times where we just want to work by ourselves a little bit? Sometimes for some students, group work is just awesome, and for some other students, group work is just a torture. It's terrible. So we're trying to meet our students where they're at so that their learning is enhanced by group work. That's the goal for this lesson. Okay, well, let's take a look at section 1, the engagement. If you click on that web resource, NOAA, the National Oceanic and I'm losing it. NOAH, National. I had it just a little bit ago. There we are, National Oceanic and Atmospheric. That was the word I was missing. Atmospheric Administration has some great resources for elementary students here. Some simulations and some fun things, climate, weather, oceans and coasts. And I think that these are fun things and I would encourage you to check these out. But this is all brought to us by our federal government, NOAA, as they are making some resources available for elementary science teachers. Okay, very good. Let's take a look at, what is your resource? What would you like to share? What is it? What does it do? What grade levels? How might the teacher use this? How might a student use this? Put your web resource or put your resource in there as well as the explanation into this section. And then, of course, if you would go over to Blackboard and include that information in discussion board there with the section 1 engagement resources. That would be great. Okay, well, let's move on to section 2. Section 2 is talking about a book report. Woohoo! Another book report. Love those books. You have gathered several. I want you to gather one more as we put these book reports together, these book reviews. What are the books that you're finding valuable, that you find interesting, that you find is engaging, stimulating your students' love, interest, and knowledge of science? Put your selection in there and fill out the information, bibliographic information. What is the book? Just these summary questions, just short answers on these, but enough so that we can get a good feel for what you're doing, for what this book is accomplishing, for why you chose this book. Very good. Well, let's take a look at section 3, group work. Take a look at the reading. It's rather short. It's only 4 pages long. And share with me what your thoughts are on group work. I only have 4 guiding questions there. I'm only looking for 4 to 7 sentences for your response. But tell me what it is. Tell me your thoughts. Tell me your experiences. Tell me what you have observed in your own classroom concerning group work, and how you see group work as being effective, how you may use group work in the future, and maybe some challenges that you have faced when doing a group assignment. Okay, let's take a look at section number 4. This is an inductive lesson. The idea behind this lesson is when you put pictures onto a PowerPoint, These pictures may be slightly different, but what is the same about these pictures? What is the main idea that we can pull out from these pictures? And then as we develop these ideas, we come to a specific idea. We come to a specific concept, and we could call this a scientific term, a scientific definition. And that's what I've tried to do here with these two examples. And you can click on either one of these two examples to take a look at what I would like you to do to develop an inductive lesson. This is a PowerPoint lesson. You can see that here are the clouds. Water is existing in each one of these forms, in clouds, in a mist, in snow, and in water. And so as your students start to talk about this, they would develop their own definition. So we could say water exists in many forms and moves in a cycle. So here is, once they've got that definition, then I would like you to have two questions. One, what is the water cycle? And then a definition. What are the different stages from the water cycle, and then the definition. So whatever topic you choose, and you can choose any topic you want to. I just happen to use the water cycle here as an example. Put two questions and then two answers for those questions. Now, if you're doing this lesson, if you're in grade maybe 4 and 5, your students may be able to write this out. If it's in grade 2, 3, 4, maybe you just want to have them repeat this out loud to you. Whatever you want to do, maybe you want to do a matching, not sure, but those things are certainly options for you to do. Okay, next, we see moisture. Moisture is in the air. Moisture can condense out. It can condense in the form of like dew on the plants, condense out in clouds that we see every day. Maybe you've seen condensation on your cup, your lemonade cup in the summertime. Maybe you see here's some more dew on the plants. And then they develop that into a definition. So the next thing is, oops, I skipped one. No, there it is. Condensation. They talk about these things. It occurs from the atmosphere. The water changes to the vapor to a water droplet, or I should say the water in the atmosphere changes from the vapor to water droplets. So they go through what condensation is, and then they do a key questions number 2. Each one of the key questions has 2 questions and 2 definitions. And then finally a third one. And there's a web resource, and finally your review. There's key questions number 3, and then a review, and then a resources, and that's it. So basically, I would like you to write a PowerPoint lesson plan that is about 11 slides long, has an introduction, has 1, 2, 3. Types of slides where the students can induce or use the inductive process to get your definition, and then 3 sets of key questions. Key question 1, key question 2, and key question number 3. And if you want to include additional web resources, that's just fine. And then finally a resource. So I'm looking for a PowerPoint when you're done. And these are great PowerPoints to post on your blog or your wiki so that parents can see, hey, look, this is the lesson we went over. They covered it in class. Excuse me. And now I can go over it with my students. So these are great resources that you can use to review. You may even want to have these be a part of the review that you would do. So if this is like a daily lesson and at the end of 2 weeks, you could review several of these lessons before your students took the test. But that's the goal, and I've given you 2 different options. Here's a second one that you can choose. You can click on that. But here's your introductory slide. 3 slides, 2 or more pictures to focus the discussion, 3 slides with 2 key questions, and then 1 slide with the concept extension question. That's your summary questions, and then your references, and post this in Blackboard in Module 8. As a PowerPoint. Now, you can use Prezi, you can use any different things, Haiku Deck, that's just fine. Most people, you like PowerPoint, they have access to PowerPoint, and that's just fine, but if you have a different presentation software, that's just fine too. Happy to do it. Okay, that's elaboration. Finally, last section is evaluation. I don't know if you've done this, but this is one of my favorites that I have my students do. I have them put on little Post-it notes, the red light, green light, and yellow light. Green light is things that they are comfortable with. What are some things that we talked about in this lesson that you are comfortable with? Select 2 of those, put it on that tab, and then put it in your green light. Now, my green light is just a paper plate that I've sprayed green. So I have them put the name on their Post-it note and the 2 things they feel good about, and they just post it right there in the green light as they're walking out. It's kind of like their exit slip. The yellow light are things that they still like, but these are things that they would like to know more about. These are things, they're not ready to quite move on yet because they want to know more. So it's not a bad thing, but it's letting me know, hey, let's slow down. Let's talk more about this. And, of course, the red light is things that they are uncomfortable with, things they don't understand, things that they really feel that we need to discuss further. And so I try to have them do 2 things. I want you to do the same thing. I want you to try to have a couple of things in the green light, a couple of things in the yellow light, and a couple of things in the red light. See what you can do. See if you can come close to that. And as we reflect on module number 8. Module number 8, so if you want to just put these red light, green light materials in here, that would be just fine. That would be just fine. And that's it. That's all of module 8. If you want to do the science mystery, it's right there. Click on it. It's supposed to be elementary in mind. It's supposed to be something fun, easy, inexpensive, and safe for your students. You are certainly welcome to look up a Google explanation on what's going on. Do put that explanation here as well as the web page where you got that information from. I'm here to answer your questions. If you have any questions, if you have some concerns, or if you have some things that you see that you would like to modify about this lesson to make it more effective in your classroom, please let me know. I'm happy to work with you on that because I want the things that we do to be artifacts that you can use in your own science classroom to develop these things, new ones. So if you've got some things that you've already done, it's not hard to modify those. But if you want to do something new, this might be a really neat time for you to try new ideas, try on some new things, try some new materials and new resources. Thank you, class. I hope you enjoy this module, and I look forward to reviewing the materials that you're turning in. Have a great day.